Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome on in. Happy Tuesday. How are you? How's your day? How's school? How's work? How's life? How's things? How's the weather? It's icy here. um, yeah. So as I started, I was looking at my title. First some DC talk, then some more Rings of Elden, blah blah blah. It didn't dawn on me until I hit start stream that oh yeah, there's a Christian rock band called DC Talk. It's like first DC Talk, then Elden Ring. Wait, what? No, 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 no. Not the band. We're talking about DC movies and TV shows. Because James Gunn dropped some news today. A lot of news. Cold, ice covered. Yeah. I think it's supposed to stop tomorrow, but then there's supposed to be more Thursday. Yay. So, yeah. Um, ob- don't do that. Obviously, I don't want to spend all my time tonight talking about the DC stuff, but there is a lot to talk about. So, yeah, James Gunn started off by saying there was like a little 5 minute video that he released, and then there was a lot of like articles coming out with a few more details. The MCU has phases. It's phase one, phase two, phase three, phase four, five, whatever. The DC is getting what is called chapters. And this first phase, well, first chapter, is titled Gods and Monsters. I don't really have any pictures, so you're just gonna see this mug just yapping. Sorry, not sorry. Um, let's see here. Where's the start? First, he went on talking about the DC EU, which is like the current DC cinematic universe, quote unquote, and how next is gonna be everyone is getting to stay home but Bella because Dave can be a dick. She's not getting called in tomorrow, is she? Like any this week? Because today should be her Friday. And also, Dave, if you're listening, fuck you. Just saying. Anyway. um so he talked briefly about Shazam, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman 2. The four DC movies we're getting this year. They still count. He said Shazam has always been like very much his own thing in his own little corner. So Shazam and Zachary Levi and all that cast, supposedly they're safe. The Flash, which comes out in June. First off, he says is the best DC movie ever made, so we'll see about that. But the Flash is supposed to kind of reset everything. So everything we've gotten up until this point, from Man of Steel to Shazam, well, to the Flash, really. The Flash movie is going to reset everything like clean slate. I lost track of days already. Yeah, yeah. I keep forgetting what day it is. So, um, but I'm excited for the Flash. Next movie is what is it? Blue Beetle, which is completely its own thing. So, again, safe, not doing anything with it. Here's the one that intrigues me. Aquaman 2 is still a part of it. And where's the Aquaman stuff? Do do do. Not only is Aquaman 2 coming out in December, not only is it still safe, there's they teased a third one. Because they said that Jason Momoa has always envisioned this Aquaman story as like a trilogy. So he's safe. So up until now, we've got uh, brain freeze. What are you eating or drinking that you get brain freeze? It is 25 degrees outside. But this is where a lot of people are gonna get mad, and I know for a fact, like, because I've been reading comments all day. People are pissed about this. Um, Peter Safran and James Gunn, the CEOs of the DC Cinematic Universe, have left the door open for Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, who is currently going through rehab and therapy for everything. So, and apparently it's going good. I don't know. Um, uh, so yeah, and Zachary Levi to continue playing their respective DC superheroes. So that's Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, and Shazam. So they could potentially come back to the movies at some point. Henry Cavill's not. His Superman is done and gone. We're not getting him anymore, which is unfortunate, but I'm open-minded about it. Clearly, a lot more than a lot of people, because a lot of people are just like, no, if no Henry Cavill, I don't want to watch it. Huh? Whatever. When he started talking about the announcements, the first one he dropped is the first movie to come out in the new DC Cinematic Universe, of DCU, is Superman Legacy. Again, I don't have pictures because they didn't have pictures hardly. So it's just me yapping. It comes out July 11th, 2025. And by the way, when I'm done with all this, wait till I tell you what else coming out in 2025. It is stacked. 2025 is going to be big. I'm just gonna read my notes. It is written by James Gunn, and there's talks that he might potentially direct it. We don't know. It marks the start of the DCU. However, it will not be an origin story. Like Man of Steel. So everything we're getting, this has already been confirmed. All the movies that we're getting and all the TV shows, because there's a lot of TV shows too. Everything up until this point, well, not everything up until this point, everything moving forward, like there will be no more origin stories. Like all these heroes are going to be already established heroes in the DC world. So that'll be interesting. No more origin stories for Batman, so we don't have to see Thomas and Martha die for the upteenth time. Blah blah blah. Yeah, we don't have to see Paul Kent get killed by a tornado, whatever. It focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks of kindness as old-fashioned. So how is the Elden fighting going? And no more of the Superman. We got used to him as Superman. Oh, that'll be sad to hear. Yeah, it's sad that Henry Cavill's gone, but I'm going into this open-minded. Again, also today, no casting announcements. All we got was titles. But we got a lot. We got 10. We got 10 things announced. So I'm intrigued. And a lot of this I'm really excited about. And the other thing to bring up here is James Gunn is doing what he does best. He takes characters that are lesser known and introduces them to the wider audience. So that'll be interesting, as is apparent with a couple of these movies and TV shows. Also, Elden Ring is going pretty good. Just my second playthrough. Just having fun with it. But right now, I kind of want to go over DC real quick, because we got some news today that I'm excited about. The next movie. Again, I'm excited for all of these. Like, there's not many of these that I'm not really excited about. This one is high up there for me, because it's cliche, my favorite superhero in DC, but it's Batman. But it's the story that intrigues me. It's Batman, the Brave and the Bold, which is a popular comic storyline that will focus on Bruce and Damian his 10-year-old son, who was trained by the League of Assassins. Um, we'll introduce the Bat family to James Gunn's DCU, beginning with a new actor as Batman and Damian Wayne's Robin. And Damian is James's favorite Robin, so one thing I did read is James is making all comics and storylines, like all the movies and stuff, he's basing it off of storylines that he loves, which rightfully so. I'm up in this back. I wanted a drink. But this is a story of Damian Wayne, who is Batman's actual son, who he didn't know existed for the first 8 to 10 years of his life. He was raised as a little murderer and assassin. It will also feature other members of the extended Bat family, which makes sense because since Damian's being introduced, that means Nightwing's been established, like Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Tim Drake. So there's a good chance we might see Nightwing, Red Hood, and Robin. I have a question. What is your favorite or most intriguing villain of the DC universe? I don't know. I really like Doomsday. Just like he just flattens Superman. Just obliterates Superman. But as much as I hate him, Riddler's really cool. Only because like he's a man who uses his intellect instead of any source of physical, which is annoying in the games, but whatever. I'm also more of a like Batman line of character, so I don't really know much about the extended universe, unfortunately. I know a little bit, not a lot. So yeah, I'm probably the last one to answer that. Doomsday is really cool. My favorite Batman villain though is probably Bane, especially the one, ironically enough, depicted in The Dark Knight Rises, where he's not a brainless brute. He's like calculating and will beat the shit out of you. I always thought that was really cool. So yeah. Next movie up is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, which is based off the, I want to say they said it came out last year, graphic novel storyline of the same name. It is a science fiction epic film, and she is a character raised on a chunk of Krypton who watches everyone around her perish in some terrible way. So she's very jaded and cunning. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. This next one though, is at the top of my list for excitement. And it's again, James Gunn, he doesn't he introduces characters that no one really knows about. I have no idea who the Authority is, but we're getting a movie out of him. And when he was talking about the movies, this one he had the most energy, he had the most enthusiasm talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. This next one though." So, yeah, he's excited, so I'm excited. It's a passion project of his, and it is a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and want to fix it by any means necessary. So they're essentially like DC's version of The Boys, kind of, I guess. Well, no, I can't say that. That's the comparison I read, but I disagree with that because The Boys are all about profit. Whereas these guys are, yeah, we want to protect the world and we'll kill anyone who we have to do that. So, see, The Authority is a superhero comic book series published by DC Comics under the Wildstorm imprint. It was created in 1999 by Warren Ellis, blah, blah, blah. Follows the adventures of the Authority, a superhero team mainly composed of Ellis-created characters from Stormwatch. This is one of my real passion projects. I've been working really hard on it with the writers. We're starting to put it together, the entire story. This is a big movie. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the Authority, Wildstorm characters. No. So I've been kind of digging a little bit. Wildstorm was a comic imprint that was bought by DC that I really love. We're moving a lot of these Wildstorm characters into the DCU, so it's like So it's a smaller comic company that was bought by DC. Interesting. I like that. Oh, there's more here. Oop. Oh, wow, jeez, I didn't realize I had this much saved on the Authority. Gunn took his time with the writers of the film, working a lot of the outline, blah blah blah. The team, known as an anti-Justice League, comes from the aforementioned Wildstorm comics and are cynical, brutally pragmatic superheroes created by Warren Ellis. The team is willing to brutally harm, maim, and kill their enemies, choosing violence over amicability whenever possible. So yeah, I'm excited by that. Team is basically good intentioned, but given the team's history, intentions and execution are two different animals. Yeah, so that'll be fun. The last movie they talked about, again, it was just a brief mention, but we're getting a Swamp Thing movie. And all they said was it is a very dark horror movie in the works at DC. It is an origin film, which makes me backtrack what I said earlier about no more origin films. But um, it's been said that like this movie is going to be like I said, very dark. So it's going to be R rated. It's going to be intense, and it's going to be a different tone of the rest of the movies, but it still will take place in the DCU, and Swamp Thing will be prominent. So interesting. Now for the TV shows. All that, which is funny. I think Arsenal was in here last night talking about. I just want to see Booster Gold. Well, buddy, you get your chance because we're getting a TV show. And all these will be HBO Max TV shows. So, yay. The next one is an animated TV series called Creature Commandos, written by James Gunn. The Creature Commandos are a fictional DC Comics team of military superhumans originally set in World War II. The team was composed of a human team leader, a werewolf, a vampire, a Frankenstein's monster, and a Gorgon. So it sounds like someone tried to take the league of classic monster villains and make it into one. So, could be good. Next, we're getting an Amanda Waller TV series starring Viola Davis as Amanda Waller, which fantastic casting. But I don't know how I feel. This is probably the project I'm least excited about because to me, Amanda Waller is more of a character that's better as a side character. Like her presence is known, her intentions are known, but I don't know if I want to follow a series where she's the main focus. Um, we'll see how that goes. The next one, I've seen a lot of people excited about, and honestly, I don't blame them because I'm excited about it. It's called Lanterns. It's a Green Lantern TV show focusing on Hal Jordan and John Stewart. It is a true detective esque.
Hi, bitch.
Hi. It is a true detective style TV show where Hal and John are space cops watching over Precinct Earth. So that'll be interesting. Next one is Well, I say the next one. This is the last one. Paradise Lost. It's a TV series focusing on the Amazons before the events of Wonder Woman films in the works. And this is gonna take place like before Diana's even born. So, set before the birth of Wonder Woman, which I just said, it has been compared to Game of Thrones, and so everything I've been reading says that the show is going to be Game of Thrones, but DC. Give me. Just give me. I'm excited for that. Alright, notes. Aquaman 3, Jason Momoa says Aquaman's always a trilogy. James Gunn says The Flash is probably one of the greatest superhero movies ever made. And that. This one I find very intriguing, and I want to see how they pull it off. DC Universe characters will be played by same actor in animation, live action, and video games. So moving forward, anyone who plays like Superman or Batman and like who is cast as Superman and Batman will play those characters in animation live action TV show, video game. Want to see how you pull that off. Let's see. Left the door open, blah, blah, blah. And as soon as the Batman Brave and the Bold was announced, a lot of people were jumping on, oh, this is the movie that Ben Affleck's working on. This is the movie Ben Affleck's directing. Blah, blah, blah. We're working with Ben Affleck, who really wants to has been a part of our architectural team trying to bring things together. And he really wants to direct one of our projects, and we're excited for him doing that. When asked if Affleck will be involved with the newly announced Brave and the Bold, which will star a rebooted Batman, I'm still pitching Jensen Ackles, just saying. No. We're just talking to Ben in general about stuff. Yeah, we and Ben have not decided together exactly. We're talking about 2 different projects right now. So I'm excited to see what they do there. And then the other announcement is The Batman Part 2 comes out October 3rd, 2025. And speaking of The Batman, everything in the Matt Reeves movies, like The Batman, the upcoming Penguin TV show with Colin Farrell, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie and its sequel, they're all a part of this, but they're not part of like the main universe. They're part of what is considered in the DC universe as Elseworlds, where they're still DC characters. It's just different stories from like different perspectives and different whatever. So that'll be interesting to see how that works, and if they'll eventually be like a big crossover. But at the end of it, James said, "This is everything so far. This is not all of Chapter 1. So we'll be getting more announcements before too long." But like I said, Superman comes out in July 2025. So does the Batman 2. But that's just what we know so far. Fantastic Four, Avengers, The King Dynasty, and 2 other Marvel movies that have yet to be announced both come out. Like, I say both. All come out in 2025 as well. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 massive comic book movies coming out in 2025. So that'll be interesting. It was fun keeping up with like the news and stuff, but